What's going on YouTube? So continuing on with my study of the PlayStation 5 and Tempest audio, we have a video here by JL Audio. Now they normally do, well, I can't say normally, I don't watch their videos like that, but I came across this as I was looking up Tempest audio, but what they do amps and speakers and all that, and I saw some of their stuff. They're pretty dope, man. They're going to be going over if the PS5's hardware with the Tempest audio technology actually works. Now this is an older video. Let me get the this was September last year when it first came out, so there might have been some updates since then. My experience with the Tempest 3D audio, I haven't really experienced it yet, but I do know that there is definitely 3D sound through the sound bar. I have a all these things, not a subwoofer. I can definitely hear it through there. So, but yeah, let's check out the video. Again, just continuing on with learning about what this stuff actually is.
Why do we have a PS5 in the studio? This is not a gaming channel. That's right, it's an audio channel, and we have the PS5 here because
it's just for me to play it instead of editing all day.
That makes more sense now. So if you do hate our shorts, you'll get a lot less on them now because he'll be playing PS5. But PS5 came out with a new audio update today that gives you an Atmos-like audio with the new 3D audio from PS5. We're going to go in depth into the 3D audio what this PlayStation is supposed to make your TV do without a surround system, and some of the other updates that are actually semi more important.
Yeah.
Mikey will go through at the end after the audio portion of the video, right?
Yeah.
But the most important part, for us, is the 3D audio.
Yes.
Can the PS5 now replicate an Atmos-like audio system just on your TV without speakers? Let's see. The audio update PlayStation has is really to give you Atmos from just your TV without having Atmos speakers or a whole surround system. So regular audio will say, okay.
So as I'm looking at this, I definitely want to eventually upgrade my sound system itself. Now, I just want to say, as far as 3D audio and Atmos, quote me if I am wrong, but it seems like my last home experience when I heard like sound kind of like in 3D was the Nintendo GameCube with Metroid Prime. I remember charging up fireballs and blowing them down the hallway and like hearing the monsters and stuff. Now, I don't know. I might need to go back. It might just been because the speakers was on every area, but it sure felt like, you know, it's pretty accurate. So I just need to go back and look that up because that game did have Dolby sound in it. And yeah.
There's, a sword coming from this side of the room, so this speaker is going to do the sword. If the sword's going to cross, it may then hit this speaker. So what Atmos does, it'll say the sword is here. Any speakers that can make it sound like it's here will then come on. Now, on 3D audio, it's supposed to do the same thing. So that is Sony's answer to in-game Atmos without the speakers. So remember, Atmos is with speakers. You have to have speakers for Atmos, and it's going to put an object right here. So we're going to see if Sony's been able to accomplish that with just a TV to be able to make it sound like an object is going across the room, whatever that object is, and not just assigning it to, it's on the right where you hear it right here on the side of the TV. All right, so the first thing we had to do was update the controller, which we had to plug in.
Yep.
You had to plug in, update the controller, because the controller will now act as an Odyssey mic, just like if you were to set up your AV receiver or to use Direct Live to calibrate the room. So your room mic is now going to be your controller. Yep. And doing that wasn't a difficult process. It actually surprised me how quick it went.
It was like what, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds?
It was
something like that.
It was like 5 seconds.
I have not done this yet. I need to update this. This is January.
Dude, that was so quick. When we did the Master Series with the Rack Live, it took like 3 hours. I think the difference we figured out with that was it's only calibrating 2 speakers. It's not calibrating 11 speakers and a subwoofer and doing as many frequencies, so it does it real quick.
Right.
Surprisingly quick.
So next we wanted to see if 3D audio actually worked, and the main game that we wanted to start it with was Demon Souls, because as all of you guys know who are video game fans and Sony fans, the Demon Souls game was really pushed to show you that 3D audio and the Pulse headsets was a big thing and that it actually worked and it's a new experience, and they were just trying to give you that feel for something new.
The first thing we did is tried that game. We found a scene where boulders were kind of coming down from above your head, and we positioned the character on the screen so that it was going to be behind you to the right. And what we wanted to hear is, did the rock actually sound like it was behind you? How'd that turn out?
Sounds like it's like messing with the quality of the sound.
Yeah, so we walked in front of the boulder, so it should make the boulder sound like it's kind of behind you. Honestly, the boulder just sounds like it's just kind of hitting the ground in front of me, and they're putting the sound underneath, and that doesn't sound good at all.
You could notice a definite change right away. After that, we changed it back to the TV2 channel speakers, and it was a definite difference there.
So when you're testing something, if you have an upgrade, the easy way to see if the upgrade makes a difference is not play the old one first, then the new one, because your ears will already be accustomed to hearing the old one. You may not hear as many changes. So what you have to do is you have to take the new equipment, play that, and then go backwards.
Right.
If you don't hear a difference, the new equipment probably doesn't do anything else.
Right.
So if you hear a big difference in it,
That's a cool little quick tip. Because whenever I try something, get something new, I would always do the old first and then the new. But that makes better sense, doing something new than going back to the old, because you already used to it.
in a negative or positive way, though, that's where you'll see the difference. I get what they're doing, and it's difficult because, you know, you're trying to do something that surround sound speakers, at least having 5 or 7. Honestly, you really need 7 or 9 to be able to replicate Atmos.
Yeah.
You need to have rears, you need to have upward speakers on the front at least, and then the back to get sound completely around you. With Atmos, you want to find yourself in a bubble, and I say Atmos because that is kind of what 3D audio is doing. So if I refer to either Atmos or 3D audio, it's the same thing, just Sony has coined 3D audio. The things in the game should be surrounding your body at all times, so if a rock flies past you, it should sound like it's past you, and you should hear it come from up here and then down past you. That's hard to do with 2 speakers behind a TV in the front that are this big.
I do want to give credit to Sony for trying to replicate the sound that you would hear in your Pulse headsets or whatever headsets you have. It's definitely harder to replicate that sound because the headphones are right on your ear and you're hearing everything. You're hearing those 2 speakers, those 2 monitors right on your ear. So obviously it's more of a surround sound rather than coming from 2 speakers on a TV that's further away from
It's
you.
still coming from in front of you no matter what.
Exactly.
With the TV. So
Exactly.
There's only so much they can do.
Yeah.
So, you know, a good explanation of how that works is what we talked about with them being in the vintage speaker.
Yeah.
And how they just kind of go like this. The sound, so before the PlayStation sound goes like this, 2-channel.
There it goes.
PS audio goes like that. In vintage audio, they had those spatializers. I don't know if you've ever seen where you can put the button to turn it on, and what it does is it spaces instead of sound here, it goes like this. So I think what they did is they took that and they just added it in, because that's all you can do. Like, you can't assign speakers. There's 2 speakers, but what you can do on those receivers, and they did this, haven't done this for years, but like in the 70s and 80s, they'd have the spatializer EQ, so instead of your sound going like this, now your sound's like this, and it sounds really good with it on, but it's really just increasing that range that you can hear the sound. Now, one thing about the way it sounded was I think it was really fatiguing on the ears.
Yeah.
It kind of like garbled it together, I guess.
Yeah, it sounded like we were listening to it in 480p or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the sound quality definitely dipped. It was trying to do too much, it sounded like, just to like accommodate for the space.
It was mumbled. A lot of it was like super mumbled.
Yeah, it definitely had a spacious sound to it, but like you said, it was very fatiguing and it just didn't sound good once we switch back to.
That's something I kind of want to look into more too. Of course, you know, like from 380 to 480, 1080, you're increasing the visual quality, but what all does that entailing when it comes down to the quality? Because definitely, like when you're using different video apps like Zoom and such like that, like the higher the quality of the video, the higher the quality of the audio and everything else too. So it's like, what exactly is that transmitting? Like what all is coming through and that's boosting that quality besides just resolution? Because I'm always used to just hearing, you know, 1080 to 3 and all that. So that's also something to look up.
Regular 2-channel
Yeah.
volume on the TV, it sounded a lot more clear.
When we did Astro's Playground, which was the next one of the other games we played, you could hear a difference. It was in a positive way. I did hear a lot more coming because that's like a showcase of what the PS5 can do.
Yeah.
So of course the audio is going to be great.
I don't want to keep interrupting the video, but play Astro's World. Play Astro's World. Did I mention this? Play Astro's World. That game is it's a love letter. It's a beautiful showcase of what the not only what the console can do, but just like Sony's history in general. It runs perfect. I had, you know, some friends over there was playing it. It's really fun. It's not just like a kid's game. It's an experience to show you what the console can do. So get away from all the mainstream games. I'm gonna make a separate video on that. Get away from this mainstream stuff and play some fun, creative stuff. You also get a little workout too. Astro's Playworld. Playroom. Go play it. It's free.
You have the audio from the controller and the TV, so we went around in the lobby in there, we went through the warps, we went down the slide, and you could hear a big difference. Now that being said, the experience was better with the 3D audio.
Yeah.
But it was fatiguing, it hurt your ears after a little while, and the detail in the sound wasn't there, so like when we put it back to 2-channel, I was much more happy because it sounded right.
Right.
I just want to hear it one more time with it off because I really think it's diminishing the sound quality. Now, we do have and demoed in an 11-channel home theater room, so we had a full 11-channel setup and we're used to that surround sound feel. So we went back to that after we listened to the PS audio, and I mean, completely night and day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a completely different thing. You're talking about just sound out of the TV versus surround sound. So the real question here in a conclusion is, can PS audio replicate that 11-channel or Atmos theater experience from just the TV? What do you think?
Going off of being able to hear what we usually hear in the listening room, and also having AirPods that simulate the Dolby Atmos functions, like with all the spatial audio as well, I can definitely tell you that it's not on par yet to those experiences. I don't think that it's there yet.
It was not good.
Yeah, I think Sony has to do a couple more updates now. It is the first day of the update. It could have a lot of challenges in terms of firmware, so we might need another couple more updates to get to a better sound, maybe, but I don't think it's on par yet.
It's difficult to do what they're trying to do, and I
Yeah.
understand why they're trying to do it, but it's not a win. It makes it worse. It makes the game sound worse. It's innovative, it's interesting what they do, but man, does it make the game sound worse.
Yeah.
It's there. It doesn't cost any more to do it, but I would turn it off. I would not use it. It's not something I would recommend. But what might be recommendable is some of the other updates that they did do to the PS5 today.
This update is bringing you the ability to expand your SSD. Now, if you're like me and you play a lot of video games and you have a lot of PS5 games and you waste all your money on video games, you know?
Yeah.
if you're like me, you need a lot more storage, right? So I think the PlayStation came with 500 gigabytes of storage.
And it is totally tax time, and I am totally gonna go buy an NVMe, like it's ASAP. This thing coming with just 500 it's just not enough. It's like he's talking about if you buying a bunch of games, but it's not even that. Like if you just a casual gamer, you gotta constantly delete games and come back and re-download. Is man, find out how to do it. And the crazy thing is like a lot of people is not gonna know how to do it, and they end up tearing up something or never do it because they don't know how. They don't even keep up with stuff like that. Which is another reason why it's good to learn about what you got, man. I mean, it's man, just learn about what you got, man. Like that, I guarantee you, there's gonna be several people that don't even update it because they don't even know, they don't even keep up with it. They just got it to play games on it.
SSD storage. Now you can upgrade it to a terabyte, 2 terabytes, or whatever is on the market for SSD storage, and it can get a little expensive. I just spent $200 for a 1 terabyte SSD expansion, and you need a heatsink too. So that's the thing that PlayStation needs, is a heatsink so it won't overheat and cause your PlayStation to just fry.
Become a PS4.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a heat box. My daughter's PS4.
Yeah, you can use it as a
like
fire.
I put it. Yeah, we don't even need a heater in the winter. I just sit in front of the PS4.
Exactly. So yeah, the update was basically for the SSD. And a lot of customizable things for the pop-up menus. I think all in all, it was focused on that, but they threw in the 3D audio, which was very, that was a cool thing to get.
They've been talking about it forever.
Yeah, they've been talking about it for a while, and I believe they just took all this out of beta phase, and now everybody can check it out.
Yeah, we love to hear from you guys. Let us know what you think about, any kinks. What do you want in the next update? What do you think of the 3D audio, the storage update? What do
Yep.
What do you recommend and like and dislike and whatnot? So make sure you put that in the comments. Let us know. And hey, subscribe to the channel because you may see more. If you're new to the channel, we do a lot of audio, but we may tie it in a little bit with some other stuff here and there. You might get some gaming stuff. We'll try to see if you guys enjoy this video or not. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll try to tie. There's plenty of audio stuff to do with gaming,
Yeah,
so we're trying
definitely.
to see what we can do in that market. And we hope you guys enjoyed the video. So yeah, give it a like and stay tuned.
Can I say that? Can I say that?
Can you say? Yeah, go ahead.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I hope y'all get it. All right, so I liked the video already. So yeah, check these guys out. Just Audio. Hope I said that right at the start of this video. So yeah, technology ain't there yet. I have to update my console. Again, this is January. There's been several updates since then. I gotta say though, in Returnal, I think it works. Now I have an old Turtle Beach headset. Where is it? Turtle Beach. X12s, man. So I know I need to update, and I'm gonna get some here in a couple weeks actually. Upgrade that, get some new sounds. I want to hear some of these games and stuff now, what they sound like. I heard that Pulse 3D headset was not all that great, so when I was gonna get it, I didn't. Kind of hold out a little bit, and then want to see what the console do too. I've had it for since the second week it was out. I ain't had no problems with it. I had problems with the games in general, like doing stupid stuff, but no problems with the console itself. But anyway, this video is almost going on 20 minutes. But yeah, I learned about the audio, so I'm going to definitely check that out. Make sure I have that update and check it out and see how it actually sounds with my little setup here. And then I'm going to get some new headphones and check out how it sounds. So it was going over Tempest 3D audio. It's PlayStation's new technology for the PS5. It's supposed to mimic 3D audio, but just with your standard TV. And according to Just Audio, they did a wonderful job. It does not sound good, but I want to test it here myself and again test it with the new updates with a new headset. So yeah, check it out. Tempest 3D audio. Go back and watch the original video PlayStation did. There's really a lot of technology that went on behind putting this technology within this console beyond just giving it different sound capabilities and throwing Atmos in it or something like that. So go check that out. A lot to do with the ear. There's a lot of science behind how we hear with our ears. So I think it's called HRTF. I wrote it down, so I want to do some more research on it. But yeah, PS5 Tempest audio.